It's right here.
Oh, put your glass on. I like that. So we're here. These are two sisters. We're two sisters talking. So if you're scrolling, stop and listen. Two sisters scrolling. Two sisters chatting. So I'm NubiYah.
And I'm Ajua.
And we are Connecticut Housewives.
And Housewives of Connecticut.
So I have labeled this. I'm going to start labeling it Sister-Circle because we're talking about a little bit of everything. So we'll be talking about family events. We have some unboxing to do, our elderly care, and what else?
Protein. The proteins I'm going to start using here shortly. Natural proteins.
Okay, go ahead, kick it off. What you got for protein?
Okay, so there was a gentleman that was on. He was on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and all that. But when he got to like 100 million views, they cut him off.
What?
So he's kind of like in the lines of Dr. Sebi, that kind of in naturopathic and whatever pathic, just all natural things, right? His name was like not Ya, but like Yaki or something like that. Yeah, Dr. Yaki.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Okay,
yeah, I follow him.
Oh, okay, nice. The name just happened to pop in my head because I could not. Doctor, yeah. But anyway, so long story short was, I guess he was like 21 years old and a bust of can of biscuits, and here he is trying to teach people how to be healthy, and he didn't look healthy. He said that he grew up like he grew up. I don't know if he was actually part of that whole Israelite. He was an Israelite.
I don't remember him saying that, but I know he grew up on the streets and he did some things and he was about to die and the Lord showed him and brought him back.
Oh, he said he was shot, stabbed, but he said he didn't wake up until he was 21 years old and had a heart attack.
Yes.
He said that he was eating the lamb and eating all the healthy kosher foods and stuff like that, but he was still bust a can of biscuits. I can say that word.
I think he might have been eating like a Muslim. He must have been like a Muslim. Not I
don't know. He was eating like a Hebrew Israelite.
Okay.
Because he mentioned that. He didn't eat. They ate all fruits and vegetables, and they didn't, of course, no pork, nothing like that. He ate like an Israelite kosher food.
Okay.
But yeah, so anyhow, he was saying that he was 21 years old and he had a heart attack, and that was pretty much the turnaround for him. Like something's got to give. He was saying that his lower extremities weren't working because they gave medication for his heart.
Right.
And he said, because guys are really partial to their private parts, right? And rightly so. And long story short, he said,
your sexual organs. Go ahead.
Yeah. So long story short, he said he had to figure out a way. And so he just got so enthralled and so engulfed in nutrition and science and chemistry that like his brain was absorbing it all, taking it all in.
Yeah, where you could tell he's a wicked smart guy, and we say wicked because our family's from New England, but yeah, he's like, you can tell he's highly intelligent, and so because he went to school, he knew all that stuff. So yeah.
Right. So what I can say is he went to other people. One person told him to do keto, another person told him to take away, don't do carbs or eat all the fat or da da da. So he went through all the gamuts of what's supposed to help him, and nothing helped. He also went to I guess he said the ex-wife of Dr. Sebi.
Sebi.
Ma'a.
Yeah.
And so nothing, and actually nothing worked. But he said it wasn't until he did, he changed his lifestyle, his eating habits and stuff like that. He eats no meat at all. He says that for people, of color, for us, Black people, that's not, meat is really not meant for us.
Right. I've heard him say that. I've heard several people say that.
Right. So, but basically, when he got into the protein part, because the guy he was doing the interview with, which I can't remember his name, because that's just I didn't write it down. Basically, was shocked and amazed as I was. I mean, when you start pulling out a notepad because someone's talking about nutrition and protein, and the guy was saying how he likes the size that he is right now. He just wants to be able to bulk up, and he needs more protein, according to what his trainer or whoever told him he needed to bulk up. But then he was talking to the doctor, and the doctor says, no, pretty much what we have here on Earth, the fruit and vegetables is what you need. Maybe he talked about a lot of fruit more so than vegetables, but I'm gonna go down a few of the things that he said. it's what we know already, like the dark leafies. Yay, my daughter sent me a little note. But he was saying that for the protein, the dark leafies, which we already knew about, but it's always nice to have like reinforcement, you know. He said that, yeah, he said like the number one item that we actually need to have in our diet is quinoa. Now, I've got quinoa in my pantry. You know, do I have it on a regular basis? Absolutely not.
I love quinoa.
Right. But when you hear, I learned that the quinoa has 9 amino acids that our body needs.
Yeah. Yeah. This is a reminder to me, because for a while there, you know, when I felt like I would fix rice for my family and I would fix quinoa for me. Because they like couscous, but all those things don't have the same amount of minerals and benefits as couscous. I mean, as quinoa. And quinoa has been around for a long time. You know who actually, I knew about quinoa, but the way it stuck in my mind was our uncle in Austin has 2 daughters. The oldest daughter, when she came here for Grandma Turner's 80th birthday, 90th birthday, I don't know how, so long ago, 90th birthday thing. And she made quinoa for breakfast. She put honey and raisins in there and maybe a couple other things to make it like an oatmeal or whatever. And then she had the same quinoa for lunch, but she put diced rice, chopped up onions. So she made it like a salad.
Yeah.
So you can have it for breakfast, you can have it for lunch, and you can have it for dinner. And it has a lot of protein in it, all by itself.
Is she just half Jewish, I believe, also?
I think her mom maybe, yes. I think she's the one. Her mom is, yeah.
So I didn't write down all the nine amino acids that he was mentioning, but just hearing a few, he said that the isoleucine helps with your hemoglobin formation.
Okay.
I'm like, wow. He had the histidine. Histidine is what you need to build muscle and repair. Can I tell you how many times I've gone to the gym and have torn these muscles the way you're supposed to? Because you tear your muscles in order to build them up, right? Okay. But I didn't have anything to repair them, because you need to be able to repair it. And the more you actually, go to the gym and do, you need to continually repair your muscles, or else. And I'm wondering, what's this so hurting? Because it hasn't been repaired properly, right? So quinoa can give me what I need to help build my muscles and repair them at the same time, the tissue. Okay. So I'm like, what? A lysine. He said three alanines. He said methionine.
Okay.
He says all the essential amino acids from the veggie sources. That's where we can get the other amino acids we need from the veggie sources. So, and then he said also that study whole complete foods that come from veggies. So he was saying that, okay, we already know that to run away from all processed food, right? And we are in the process of doing away with the processed food, right? So, but it's a process, because if you have more than one ingredient in it, then it's a processed, food, pretty much, And I'm thinking, wow, what? It's like, it, but when you hear it again, like the more you hear it, the more it starts to sink in, right? For me anyway. Right. And so all I can say is, he was saying that if you have a sweet potato, that's the one ingredient. You don't need to add anything to it. He said you can add, as far as like in the chemicals, you don't need preservatives, you don't need any of the additives, you don't need none of that stuff, because it comes the way God wants you to eat it, right? I'm like, oh, this is getting good.
But it tastes even better if you add some butter. I gotta say that, man. Gotta have some butter. Butter.
Oh, hey, so that's also processed, in a form. But long story short, I guess there are worse things, right?
Right.
So, but then he went on to talk about some of the things that you can actually eat, like chickpeas, which are garbanzo beans, depending on where you're from. Beans that break down easy is what he wants you to eat. He was saying that that also you need to go to the gym, and the reason why we go to the gym is to stress our muscles. Stressing our muscles kind of breaks it down to build it back up when you actually have the building blocks you need, to do so. Also, he was saying that there are minerals. We need minerals and complex polypeptides. And so all I can say is he was blowing my mind. I want to sit down and really break it down, but I wanted to have something to talk about today you know, as far as for nutrition, because we talk about, we talk about healthy things, but we don't always focus on it, you know, each segment. So I'm glad you asked me to go ahead and talk about it first, because I'm so super excited about it, right?
Yeah, I can tell. And you know, I have somewhere around here, I have some notes of his too, but you know, this got to be the year where we're gonna stop talking about it and be about it.
Exactly. You know, so I'm super excited. I'm gonna get some kettlebells and I'm gonna be and breaking up to build back up, because I'm ready.
But you know what, though, we have to remember too that we can do all the kettlebells and do all this, but we got to still remember to watch what we put into our mouths, you know.
Oh yeah.
And see how I'm on my last day of the 3-day. I had a family friend, one of my son's childhood friends, had surgery, and so because I was telling you this, and because she's on a 3-day liquid diet. Because I've been thinking about it since the first of the year, I said, you know what, I'm gonna do the same thing. So from Tuesday, Wednesday, and today, so anyways, 3 days in a row, because by the time you see this, guys, it's going to be the next Tuesday. Yeah, so I'm on my 3rd day, and it really, when you really put your mind in gear, it's really not that hard to do 3 days of liquids, you know. And so I think that at the end of the night, after having, you know, water with a fizz stick in there, you know, which is from Arbonne, or water with a vitamin C thing in it,
or lemon.
By the time you finish drinking all those things and putting nutrients back in the water and not just drinking plain water, because now the scientific thing comes out now that you shouldn't be drinking just plain water. You should always have something in there to boost it up. And so by the time I drink all that water during the day, if I'm still, I think I want a snack by the end of the night, then I'll have a water-based powder drink in my water, and I'll drink that down. And and I wake up the next morning and I'm starting all over again, you know. But your body makes you think that you can't live without having some kind of you know, substance in your body. So anyway, and it doesn't it doesn't hurt to be down 3 pounds also.
Right.
That helps. That's a great incentive.
So and it's another funny thing is, you know, our lives, don't too much salt is bad, you know, if you have to reduce the salt, well, you know, table salt is bad, and having that in your body is horrible. But when you have a sea salt or a Celtic salt, you know, a salt that actually has minerals and vitamins in it, that's what we need to have every day.
Iodine. I'm finding that iodine helps you with your thyroid.
Yes, that is correct.
Look into it and read about it more. There's all these different natural, like Daughter of the Most High, daughter of Yah, says, there's, for everything that's going on in your body, it can be healed naturally. It's just that we've lost the ability to do that, because for centuries we've been fed chemicals, we've been fed a pill, we've been fed, you know, they throw things at the situation instead of trying to heal it from within.
Exactly.
I mean,
exactly.
So
and not only that, but you know what, we're also killing ourselves with water because of the fact that it's so, a lot of times it's water that's in a bottle. We got the microplastics. We've been microplasticing since they introduced the plastic bottle to us, right?
Yeah.
But we didn't know the terminology. We didn't know that it was harmful, right? Especially when they're saying it's water and water's good for you, drink the water, but they're not focusing on what the vessel they're putting in it.
Right, because like Dr. Gundry, right? Like we're being sponsored. We're right now, we're just talking. But Dr. Gundry said that we have like a lot of different little plastic particles in us because we've cooked food in plastic. We are drinking water from plastic, and heaven forbid we drink water that's been sitting in our car. And you're in the Texas and Connecticut or anywhere that you live. If your bottles of water have been sitting in the car overnight, then that plastic is into the water.
Yeah.
You know, so now we all are drinking from, you know, nice cups that are not plastic, and make sure you put some kind of a tablet inside your water to enrich it, you know. So does this have something to do with what your packages that you got in the mail this week, or no?
No.
Oh, okay.
So, but and also it's funny because when I came to the East Coast just recently, I actually went to Whole Food to get the foods that I actually brought into the house that we were staying in. And I said, you know what? I know I've heard many things throughout the years about, our water needs to be in glass bottles, not plastic. It better, if you can't get glass, cans better than everything's better than the plastic, right?
Right.
So, and now be careful because some of the cans are the lining with this plastic, whatever in the inside, right? It's like, why? Just, but anyway, like I say, it's a whole thing, to keep us fat and unhealthy. But I also, so anyway, I went to the Whole Foods and I got some water in glass. And I went through and I was looking at them all and seeing what they all said. And ironically enough, the doctor I've been talking about the protein said, the guy that was interviewing asked him, what type of water should I drink? And he said Saratoga water. That was the name of the water that I had in those blue bottles.
Yes.
Saratoga water. So I'm like, wow, I'm surprised you brought that up. He probably said another thing of water, but I was like so wrapped up in it. He said Saratoga water. That's the water I'm drinking, I didn't. But yeah, so long story short,
is he also on the East Coast? Because if he was in a different state, not every state's going to have Saratoga water, I don't think.
Well, it was in Whole Foods, so I don't know. I'm going to check my Whole Foods, down the street here and see whether or not we actually have it, because now I'm curious. And
I'd have to drive an hour to the closest Whole Foods where I am, but I could probably Google it too and figure it out that way.
Yeah, because I probably, if you have to do all that, then Whole Foods probably doesn't have it, and not Whole Foods, but what's that? Aldi's, and what's the other one they have? Sprouts may have it. I don't know if you have a Sprouts nearby.
No, girl. No.
I know. Sorry.
Yeah. And you know what? Hold down the screen for just 1 second, because I think I had the Saratoga bottle up here because I didn't bring them all downstairs yet. Let me see. Give me 1 second.
Okay. And while you're doing that, I drink all those bottles of water. I know it seemed like a whole lot, but I really need to hydrate myself, because on the way, to the East Coast, yes, ma'am.
Are the letters backwards? Should I do it by mirror? Like mirror?
It's backwards. It's backwards. Yes.
Okay, let me see if I can fix that. Give me 1 second.
Oh, right now I get a little nervous of touching anything, because whenever I touch it, it's like, stuff happens, and it's not always good.
All right. Nope, don't want to do that.
Okay, I see you.
Yeah, I know, but I'm trying to. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it. You guys can tell. You can see. So I don't want to knock this off by. But this is the glass bottle that it comes with, and it's such a good quality bottle that we kept it because my husband makes a homemade brew of something that I won't say right now because he's gonna work on it. He's gonna work on it.
Yeah.
Well, it's a Jamaican drink that he's got the recipe from his father. So that was awesome. So let's go from there. That was a good few minutes talking about it. But seeing as how we're talking health, that's a good segue to go into the fact that it's the first of the year. And what do you want to say?
One last thing. He did mention oils also. Don't use any seed oils. He said use hemp, use olive, coconut. Those are the only three that actually stick in my mind. So
he probably said
don't do sapphire. Don't do any other seed. No grape seed. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Oh, okay. Yeah, I pretty much moved away from all those because olive oil and coconut oil and almond oil, those are the three that we use in the house a lot.
I don't use almond oil. I also use avocado oil.
Avocado. Oh, yes, avocado oil. I do too. Yep. Yeah. So this is flu season. It has been flu season. And so we went to Florida, came back. And when we got back, my husband had pneumonia. So we went to the emergency room like on the 3rd of January. I was in the emergency room with my husband, but he had been sick the whole time, like just breathing heavy. And we were like, something's wrong. So that was even in Florida. So thank God we made it back. And my son was with us. We flew. And so finally he said, honey, I need to go to the emergency room. Because for a man to say, I finally need to go to the emergency room,
something's wrong.
He did that. He was in the hospital for like 4 days. It took a day and a half to get a bed. And then the next Saturday, which was the 10th, is that the right one? The 10th, yes. My son had to go to the ER because then he had a sore throat. So I'm like, you know what? When I'm like one of those, I was taking all my vitamins. I mean, even though we were on vacation, I'm gonna take something, right?
Right.
So thank God, because then the next weekend, which was the 17th, we just saw each other because you were there. We had a special family event. My daughter is having, she had a baby shower, so we're really excited about that. Not gonna say too much about that. But anyway, so I wanted to make sure that I didn't skip that. I didn't miss that event. So I ended up, but again, I'm one of those who try to eat healthy, stay away from the sugar, especially when you're sick. We all need to be staying away from that sugar. And that's one thing I try to do on a regular basis, So, because even at the baby shower, I didn't try any of the cake. But later on, the next day, I think I had some tea and I did have a little slice of cake. It wasn't that bad. It was pretty good, actually. I did enjoy it. But I'm saying
good.
to say that I went to the store yesterday because my son has a sore throat again. So now, he's, I won't say he's a teenage boy. He's a young adult. And as soon as he got back from Florida, he couldn't wait to show his friends his haircut. So he went out of the house and from New Jersey. And he came back home, stayed the night, came back home the next day, a bunch of Christian boys hanging out. He said, Mommy, I have 3 things to tell you. And they started with the this, that, whatever. And the third thing was, oh, and by the way, my throat's a little bit scratchy. But you know what, though? I didn't have to say anything because he already feels bad. He's already not feeling well.
Right.
That's the best medicine of all. That's the best teacher. You know what I mean? So I'm like, okay, well, what do you need? You know what I mean? So that was a couple of days ago. We've been doing, I started to write down stuff. So we did the vitamin C emergency thing, the little packets, because that's like 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C all at once, quickly. And then we did, like, of course, water, lemon, and honey. And then we put, my husband's family, I already said, they're Jamaican. And so I learned from when his mom was living, because she was also a nurse, that when their babies get sick and have fever, you take the rum, but they have 180 proof rum, and you put it in the baby's soft spot. And then you also take it, put it on their back, and you also rub the chest. And then you have them take like a sip of it, like it's or just put some on the tongue. So I did all those things for him. So basically, he was sweating it out.
Yeah, it's kind of like the American Vicks Vapor Rub, but in Spanish, they call it Vaporu.
Okay, but that was natural because it was I'm sure, Jamaica's been, who knows, going back to whenever.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you can actually ingest it. I remember Mommy used to one time say, swallow it. I was like, Mommy, as sick as I was, I can remember she put it on the bottom of your feet, all that, everywhere. And of course, you have to wake up the next day and take it and wash it off. But she said, swallow it. I'm like, I'm going to need a spanking. Because I don't think to this day I can't put that. I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that. But anyway, so went to the health.
But the old remedies always work. Getting the onion, slice the onion in half, and put it on the bottom of foot. Put a sock on.
That was going to be next, but he started to feel better. I also had these old patches that you probably have somewhere around your house somewhere. But I had him take the patches. It was energy patches. I put one on his right shoulder, left shoulder, and one on the bottom of each one of his feet. So that was like 1,000 milligrams. He was like, bam, bam, bam. So, and then I went to the store and I went to the health food store thinking, I'm looking for a specific something with like elderberry.
Right.
But I had also made my own elderberry from a class that I took, and it'd been sitting in the refrigerator for probably 2 or 3 years. And that goes back to Miss Ada and all the way another class that I took, an herbal class. And so I probably put like a little drop of the Jamaican rum in there because, again, that's medicinal. And he's still much better today.
I actually bought some elderberry, and they say that the elderberry needs to be like, I want to say indigenous, but it needs to be from your region because if you can get it that way, get it from your region because it's used to what's going on around your region, So like I had elderberry that came from like my region in the refrigerator.
Well, I don't know where my elderberry came from, but it worked. You know what I mean? If you can't get it organic or if you can't get it in your local area. But also say the same thing about honey. It should be locally grown because whatever is in your environment, they put it.
Same as elderberry.
Yeah. So I went and bought a throat coat. It has lemon and echinacea in it. Because I remember I showed you a picture of all the teas. And those teas are the ones I just bought yesterday. That has nothing to do with the other 10 teas that I have on a regular basis. I switch out. Like, what am I doing today? So this is the throat coat. And then I'm going to set this over here. And then the next one I also got was I pulled out all of my home remedy books, right? They're all piled up. And I was just flipping through all of them yesterday and taking notes. And chamomile, we all know that chamomile is good for nighttime sleeping. But it's also good for colds and flu season. So that was another one that I got.
I definitely want to go ahead and plant some. We have to get to the point where we start planting our own.
Actually, I did. I did have the seedlings of chamomile, calendula or calendula. People call it calendula or calendula. I had that growing. Yeah. And I learned that from also the people that we knew that they have a place out there outside of where you lived, where our friend lives. And they have another group of people who live in Virginia, like 8 hours from where our mom lives. and they had all these things growing in their medicinal. They had a medicinal garden.
Huh.
And so
Now
the
they're
other
going as far as Roanoke, bro. They're out that way toward Roanoke, but not that far.
they're closer to Tennessee.
Yeah,
They're closer. And I
want to say Roanoke is that they have a Roanoke, Tennessee, and then a Roanoke, Virginia.
They do have Roanoke, Virginia, but
yeah,
I can't think of the name of where they are right now. A little town, but our brother's in Tennessee, and we have a cousin in Tennessee, so we're gonna have to go out there and visit.
No, our brother's in Kentucky.
Okay, he said something about Tennessee. Last time I talked
driving through Tennessee.
Or maybe so. Maybe that's what it was. So then the third tea that I have, guess what it is? Elderberry.
Elderberry.
It's backwards, but it's elderberry teas. So I'm like, okay. So now I have my own cough medicine that I made, and then I had this tea, which is really good for you. So that's my third one. And then honey vanilla chamomile, because of course I got this one chamomile tea that I picked up.
Oh, Celestial, yeah.
It was probably $8 by itself, but then when I looked over, they had two. They had the Celestial brand, and they had two for $8. So I'm like, okay, let me break it up and get the honey vanilla chamomile. Because it's good no matter what. Like chamomile is good in season and out of season. And then the last one I have, because when you first get sick, the first thing you should do is take some zinc. And there's three things that I remember from during the 2020. Everybody was jumping on stuff. But anyway, this one has zinc in it and it has blackberry. So there was a few other brands that I was looking for, but I was surprised that my store did not have it. So I may have to go. That would be fun to go to to the Whole Foods. And what's the other stores? That
Whole Foods, Sprouts.
Don't have Sprouts.
You have Aldi's.
No. It's like on the same line of Whole Foods. I can't even think of what it is right now, but it'll come back. I can't think of what it is either.
Yeah. Oh, Trader Joe's?
Trader Joe's. And then, the one town in my area has two of them, and they're both in the same town. Like, can you spread it out? I mean, I know it's not that big, but how did one?
That's a little selfish for our little state.
I know, right? So those are the things that you have. If you have flu season, I'm going to make sure that we, hopefully this time I'll get back to the editing portion of it. But definitely.
Good.
So you got Dr. Yaki. I think that's the correct pronunciation of his name. And there's a lot of these people. Whenever they have a new video come out, we just need to. I have subscribed to them, but I need to make sure I write myself a note to go and check with them.
They took him off. They said that he didn't meet the guidelines for whatever it is for whatever media stream he was on. 200 million says he's doing all right.
Yeah,
and 200 million says that they want to hear what he has to say.
So what we need to say is we're not doctors, we're not practitioners, we are just we're just home moms who are taking care. She's taking care of her children and her grandchildren, and I'm just a mom who these are just home remedies to us.
Right. And like I say, we're not recommending you to do anything. Consult your doctor before you do anything.
Exactly. So but I have to check him out over all three platforms, because if you saw him on Instagram, maybe they took him down off of Instagram. But you got to check him out on TikTok and check him out on YouTube to see if I think he had a channel on YouTube also.
Yeah, I saw him on YouTube. He was on someone else's show on YouTube. Mm-hmm.
That's the thing too. It's like getting to where we have like a network of. This is kind of off subject.
Okay.
Let me add this really quickly and where to go, so I can keep notes. I can go back to flu season. I almost called you the other day because sometimes if I hear something on NPR News or whatever, and I'm in the car and I'm listening, and you and I this is not a political channel or anything like that, but I just wanted to say that this little girl, so she was 12 years old, which is kind of like the average age-ish to start your cycle. I'll put it that way. And she just happened to be Spanish speaking, and in the state of Minnesota. Is it Minneapolis? Where have all the raids been going on? Minneapolis, Minnesota. And do our two nieces live there? Okay.
They don't live in Minneapolis, but they live in Minnesota.
Okay, right outside of it.
We're gonna just leave that right there.
Okay, got you. So so she called her father at work and she says, Daddy, I'm I'm on my cycle. I'm freaking out. I don't know what to do. And she's home by herself. And she hadn't been going to school because there's a lot of people that are in fear of leaving the house right there, especially if you're a Spanish speaking person. So she said, I was gonna go and get something. He said, no, absolutely do not leave the house. Do not, under any circumstance, leave the house. So she's in the house. He can't leave work, and then he's a single parent. So he calls somebody from his church. He calls the pastor at his church, and then he puts him in touch with a lady who speaks Spanish, who says, okay, if this was under any I think somebody had just been unalived in that city. And so she says, under any other circumstances, I would run over there and I would do it. But she was even kind of afraid. So then they reached out to a person that was American. Well, I'm not saying that they're not American, but she wasn't Spanish speaking, and said, please help us. We can't, this little girl's home by herself. We need you to just go to the store and bring her some essentials. And so this, can you imagine? It was like a whole circle of community people that have been getting together anyway, because these people are under their, nobody's leaving for their groceries. Everybody's having stuff delivered type of thing. And there's like an underground system that's going on because these people are really in fear for their life. And I was in the car crying. It choked me up because this is like manhunt. Like, what is going on? You know what I mean? So the lady was able to get what she needed, and somebody else went with her, and they drove her over to the community, and they got her what she needed, you know, and the little girl was thankful for it. And somebody interviewed her off camera. Of course, everybody's not using their real names. They're using the first letter of their names type of thing. But it was nice to see that a community could pull together and that they're doing these type of things. And you know what? That's what the Lord is calling, because it is such a crazy time right now that there are some people who it's not affecting them at all. And they're not even moved by it. But I was in the car and I was just like crying, like, Lord, is this where we are right now? Like, as a society? And so they eventually took that little girl and they put her in like an underground shelter to keep her safe also, because of just doing that interview, you know. But the fact that you can't even walk down the street to get the essentials that you need in this life, like, what is going on?
You can't even worship in peace. And it's like, you know, people think that, you know, you think that it's just going to be like, you know, immigrants that are going to be affected. You know, we as Christians pretty much are the minority now, you know, and it's funny because our numbers are decreasing. It's funny, not funny. So, you know, a lot of our countries were founded on God, right? I know, as you look, a lot of these countries that were founded on God no longer have the percentages of people that believe. They're more atheists than they are, you know, Christian.
Or even just, or not even necessarily giving themselves the title of atheist, but just unbelieving and just not serving anymore. Because some of them, the foundation is still there, but they're just choosing not to fellowship or worship anymore.
Atheist.
Well, they don't call themselves atheists though. They just say that they don't, you know, they don't walk around saying I'm this. They just like
so non-believers.
Yes, non-believers. Yep. So we touched on some health things and changing ourselves around, and quinoa should be like, ta-da, the #1 golden grain for the year moving forward, right?
I'm gonna make some quinoa cereal. When you talked about that, I'm thinking, you know,
Make it like oatmeal.
Absolutely, and I'm going to run as fast as I can from oatmeal, because oatmeal is what they use to fatten up horses and cows and such, right? So no, I'm good. Yeah.
I've been trying to tell people that for years, and I'm glad that my daughters eventually slowly moved away from oat milk. So now they also just use like almond milk and coconut milk. Yeah, mainly those, and I even have hemp milk too. So, but
my main go-to is coconut milk.
Yeah, I like them both because you know, especially if I'm having some kind of a healthy cereal or whatever, I will pour coconut milk in because it's thicker, and then I'll put in a little bit of almond milk just to like loosen it up like it's regular milk. You know what I mean? So I'm getting the benefits of both. But yeah, so aside from me being on the 3 days of liquids only, because when I move over, it's going to be definitely vegetables and quinoa. But I got this book in the mail today, the 40-day sugar fast. And I saw this lady.
You know, we like to get the same books, and that's one book I actually don't have.
Well, I meant to download it as a an Audible book.
Oh,
Audible. And I'm like, which one did I hit first? And that was just it was just probably a day or so ago. Seriously, it came really quickly.
okay. What's the name of it?
Okay, let me hold it up.
And say it too.
Okay, so it's the 40-Day Sugar Fast by Wendy Speak. Her name is right down here at the bottom. Wendy Speak. Wendy, Speake, Wendy.
Okay.
Wendy Speaks. Very interesting. So I haven't read it yet because it just came in. But this one lady, I need to start writing notes on what I did for the day, who I listened to, who I watched, who my favorite people were, because I don't know who the lady was. Like, did I see it on TikTok? Did I see it on Instagram? I don't know where I saw it. And then as we get older, so that was, I'm really glad that I got this, and I can't wait to go through it. But I also want to download it because the lady was on her 19th day. Maybe if I just put the book in and put in 19 days, she was in her 19th day, then I could probably find her.
Hang on, this sun is like
I see.
blinding me.
Blinded by the light.
I'm gonna do that. You start getting blinded, and then you start getting hot.
So the other book that I got,
okay, so that was 40 Days Sugar Fast, right?
Right. And this one also came. Look how small this thing is. This right here. I mean,
Well, it's not small. It's rather thick.
Yeah, it is. But look.
Okay, so it's small but thick.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
So this is like when I do my morning Bible study. That's a little plug, guys. If you get this far in the video, I appreciate you. 36 minutes in, chapter by chapter Bible commentary. So today, let me see. Is it in any kind of order? Let me see if I can. I haven't, like I said, I haven't even had time to even look at this. But the ladies that I watch in the morning after I do my Bible study live, I just read like the newspaper lady, and then the next lady, she goes into depth by showing you maps, and she shows you genealogy, starting with Adam and Eve. And this is the book that she uses. So I'm not feeling so bad because she said that she started reading the online 1-year Bible last year, and she just read through. So I said, well, this is my first time. So this year I'm just going to read it through, and then maybe get a little fancy next year. But it's just so exciting because it starts with Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, just like a regular Bible.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
And then it breaks it down each chapter by chapter. So yeah, so that makes me very, very excited. The Old Testament and the New Testament. And of course, when you read the Bible through in 1 year, it gives you the Old Testament, right now we're in Genesis, and then it gives you the New Testament, we're in Matthews, and then it jumps over to Psalms, and then Proverbs. So that's how we get through the Bible in 1 year. So that's very exciting. Wow. I just have to remember that when I'm on in the morning at 7 a.m. Eastern time, live on TikTok and now also live on YouTube, that I don't have to rush. Like I always feel like I have to. There's people who get on there and they're not talking about anything, and thousands of people in the room, nothing, right? And I'm in there, reading the one Bible in 1 year, reading a prayer from the spiritual warfare book, and then praying for our spouses. And all the things, but you know what? Whoever comes in is meant to be in, and
that's exactly right.
You know what I mean? So that's the fun thing about that. But what else did you have to show? Let's get to some unboxing. Let's get to some unboxing.
So this box, I actually ordered something before I left. It came from Tennessee Nursery, and I'm really trying to get to the point where this nursery's here. I know I should have purchased some items, but I want to get through the winter and get into the spring and start buying some more things for my yard, as far as that I can eat off of, whether it be fruit or nuts, anything, something I just want to have growing in my yard. In saying that, I do need to read up and get a little bit more knowledgeable, so that way they're not sprouting up in the diet, So, but this is from Tennessee Nursery, and it's one of the, it's like I won't say anything about what it is yet until it comes out.
All right. While you're doing that, I have a couple things to unbox, because when I first came back from Florida, the box came in and I'm like, yay. So What? When you say unboxing, is that what is it?
Okay, this is actually called chokeberry. And the name is kind of like shocking. It's a black chokeberry bush.
Okay.
So I'm trying to get things in my yard that I can actually eat that are nutritious, even though the name sounds a little bit frightening. So I have to reach over and get my laptop real quick because I want to actually. There's more names of it. So I'm right here. Unplug it real quick. Just so we can have a better understanding. I had a sheet of paper on that also, but of course I don't have it with me, so But yeah, chokeberry.
That
So I'm
sounds
excited.
when I took that class, it sounds like something that I took or read about when I was in that class.
What, chokeberry?
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe you can find it before I am, but I'm looking for the other names of it, and I'll go through I'll open it up here in a second. Let's see here. Other names for black choke.
Well, what's it? Just tell us what it's good for.
Hang on.
Okay.
Hold.
I mean, because we only have. We're already 15 minutes away from the hour.
No way.
Yes, that's why I'm like, we ain't got that time.
Okay, so it's got multiple benefits, and a lot of times when I get something, my goal is now to make sure that it has some kind of antioxidants or something in it. Mm-hmm. So it says that the black chokeberry is a Aronia malocarpa. Okay. And it says it offers wide range of potential health benefits, primarily due to its exceptionally high levels of antioxidants. Mm-hmm. So it says it has other beneficial compounds like polyphenols.
Mm-hmm. Our favorite.
Yes. And then it says it's a anthocyanins. Okay. And like I say, I'm not a scientist. I will tell you right now, I'm not a scientist. I'm not a doctor.
So like I said, they can Google. Go ahead.
Yes. But we do have Google. Okay, so I'm on Google right now. It says it's a strong antioxidant effects. It has cardiovascular health. It has anti-inflammatory properties. It's got diabetes and metabolic health management. It's also for potential anti-cancer activities. This is kind of a powerhouse right here. I have in my hand.
All right. Now listen, I got 2 more things I need to unbox too. We got 15 minutes.
It also helps with your immune system support, anti-infection properties. It's got organ and cognitive protection. It's got kidney function and your uric acid reduction. Girl.
Okay.
Don't get yourself these black chokeberries.
Did I spell it correctly?
Black.
At the bottom of the screen. The bottom of the screen.
Unboxing Tennessee Nursery black chokeberry.
So when I took the class, I started to make my own little notebook. So I have all these calendula, all these different things, all these different herbs and what their benefits are. I'm sure that if I keep looking through here, that I'll have something on the chokeberry, maybe. So that's cool. So while you're opening that up, so here's me wanting to look at what breads are better for us, because we know that the United States is the soil is depleted. Yeah. So that's why you can eat something here in the United States, whatever your favorite meal is. I think I said this already. A gentleman went to he goes back and forth to Italy every year, and everything that he eats here, when he gets to Italy, he eats the same exact way, whether it's bread and pasta, whatever. And because he's also walking, but he says he does the same amount of walking at home in the United States. And then he says when he gets to Italy, and because he's lost so much weight,
he says, eat the same thing. You want to know why? They don't enrich their food.
Exactly. Well, because we're the only ones that have all this junk in our foods that is not necessarily should be there. So anyway, and reading about that, sourdough bread is supposed to be one of the better breads for us.
Yes.
And then I also started to buy a keto bread, which right now I haven't been eating any of it. I need to stick it in the freezer and take it out one slice at a time, because I don't eat it as much as I used to.
Right.
So I said, you know what? I'm going to make my own sourdough bread, because of course our flour and all that kind of stuff is even different from there, but we can try and buy some quality flour that we need. Girl, I
Right.
bought myself a whole sourdough kit from TikTok.
No way.
A whole kit. So let me just show you the picture of the
You
inside.
almost every day. How was I not in the loop?
Well, because I wanted to say, because I decided to, I got it before I ordered it before I went to New Jersey, and probably even before. And so sometimes, so you still have to. I need to put it in my showcase.
Choke free, the chokeberry here.
So I can put it in my I need to put it in my showcase, so you can, if you decide to order, you can click it on it and get it from me. So I can get $1.50 back. No. So this is a little spatula that it has. It comes with. It has this. I haven't figured out what any of these things are for yet, right? But it's been sitting here for over a week.
Oh boy.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm about ready. Look, a scraping thing, another scraping thing. This looks like
those scraping things you could actually use for clay too. If you had,
I remember, I took that class. But look at the little basket. So when your bread rises in this basket, and it has like a little measuring thing, has the cut the dough thing. Girl, you know how long I was another basket so you can have like a loaf.
Oh, yeah. Can you actually is the basket plastic? Can you put that in the oven, or it's just for?
You can bake it. It's not plastic. It's kind of like a
silicone.
No, like a twiggy kind of material.
Oh, okay.
Matter of fact, I know that you can bake it in it because well, I don't know. I'll have to check it out. And then it even came with its own little scale.
What? So this black chokeberry also has 3 branches, by the way. So I can plant three bushes.
All right. And then this thing came with its own little measuring. So you have to have like your own sourdough kit. I actually should have done it beforehand, but I just didn't touch the basket at all. I wanted it to look all pretty as I took it out. But yeah, all these things. Talk about sourdough bread because when I looked at the keto bread and I looked at the sourdough bread, the keto bread had less sugar, less sodium, less whatever, and the sourdough bread was supposed to be the better of the two.
Especially when you get keto bread, could be anywhere from like $4 to $7, right? A loaf. So yeah, so all I can say is it's so exciting that we get back to me. I have the bread maker. I think I told you that for a while. You come in my house and the first thing you smell was like bread for a while. But the problem was when I initially bought it, I don't know whether or not I had the pieces and didn't know they went to and probably threw them away or someone else did. So I had to buy the little piece that goes inside the bread maker, right? I bought it from Amazon. And it would make the bread perfect. The only problem was the little piece that I purchased would be embedded into the bread. So each time I have to cut it out or dig out the piece, the replacement piece from each loaf of bread. Boy, gotta love it.
But it was on the bottom too, right?
On the bottom, So, but yeah, so it's amazing. I think it's great. I think we're all going in the right direction with all the things that we're actually getting, and going back to basics. If I have to be, the bread maker and pass it out to my family, so be it. But I definitely love the smell. You save so much money. You're able to have a loaf when you want it. You can make the slices as thin or as thick as you want. I mean,
and the funny thing is that we met this weekend for the baby shower, and I made homemade banana bread because I had 6 bundles of bananas, and I left it right here. I put it in the refrigerator to keep it fresh. And we got back, and my son's like, "Oh, we get to have banana bread." I'm like, "Oh man, how do you?" It was 2 little loaves too.
And then, so you forgot your banana, and I actually brought the things I told you I was going to bring. The little snacks that I had here, I brought them with me and brought them right back.
How was that plane ride? Because man, we've been loading down some stuff.
I tell you what. So I was temporarily gifted a scale, a luggage scale for my trip. And I did say that thing came in handy. I was so grateful.
It's small enough to travel with.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's basically about this size, about yay size, and it's got a little hook there. Well, about this size, and then you have a little hook to hook onto the handle of the suitcase, and in the handle up top, you have to hold it up a little bit, just enough so it'll be able to read what the weight is.
I saw Mr. Messa use it before. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
he's anyway. So, but you brought it to attention. Nobody else is doing. Thank you. But so because you and I, we've been challenged with packing lately.
Mm-hmm.
No, actually, our whole life, even when we're in the military.
Mm.
Girl, you mentioned luggage, honey. I was girl. Okay, I need to have my TikTok card taken away from me. I just need to.
I think I already told you that, offline. We were on the video.
I'm gonna stand
Absolutely,
up.
positively.
Because you said that word, and it didn't come in time for me to go to New Jersey. Because know, I would have been styling and profiling.
Oh Lord.
All right, like, girl, I ordered me a whole set of luggage.
I have been waiting to see it too, by the way.
And so it came today. I was like, why can't it come like yesterday? But actually, my husband helped me bring it in the house, so that was definitely a good thing.
Nice.
Push in my pocket here.
Okay.
This is how much time we have?
A little comfy, cozy, snuggy house, that we wear in the house.
Oh, I bought the same dress in 4 different colors from TikTok.
Yeah,
I need prayer. So here it is. It's pretty. I want to see if all the luggage, because it came in 6 different pieces. And I guess they all were inside the big one, because you got a big one. Right. Here's of course, the
so it's kind of like that Russian doll. You know that Russian doll, you have to open it up, then open it up, and then open it up, then open it up, and open it up.
So this is the color. Look how pretty this is.
Oh, how elegant. Oh, yes. Now, see, I was just going to get something purple and rock with it, but that's nice.
Right?
Yes.
So it matches the beautiful luggage that my daughter has, and trying not to use her stuff, even though it's here, and who knows if she'll be able to come back and get it. Because she may just stay where she is in Europe for school. Okay, of course, the zippers are all the way over on the bottom. Okay, so because an average suitcase, what do you say an average suitcase is? Like medium size?
An average suitcase?
Yeah.
An average suitcase, medium size, is the kind you actually can put in. It's just big. It's just a little bit bigger than the one you can put on overhead.
Price? How much price wise is what I'm trying to say?
Oh, about $69.99. I say about anywhere from $69.99 to $99.99 each.
So there was the big one
per piece.
So this one, I think the biggest one is I think it's 18 inches, maybe. I think that might be right, or 22. I'm not sure.
All right.
Then here's the other one that was inside that one. So anyway, I want to try and get to the inside because I know we're running out of time here. So that was the first one. This is the number 2.
Okay.
And actually, I guess they're all going to be inside here. And then it came with, of course, you say, "Oh, I'm going to throw in such and such for free."
Right. What's the little flap on the back? Is there a flap on the back?
On the back, you mean like a handle?
Like, no, it's like turn it around. What's those flappies? It's like 4 flaps.
The tag. It doesn't say the size.
No, it's like 4. Yeah, there's like 4 flaps. Oh no, if you turn it around, like to the part that I'm seeing on the screen, not where your hand is. Oh, it's just ridges. Oh, ridges.
A stand.
Okay.
Okay. So it does say that there's 28, 24, 20, and 13? So that's the sizes. The largest one is 28 inches.
Okay.
The second one, this one here that I'm holding, is 24 inches.
And
then there's a 20, and then there's a 13. So here we go. There's another one inside of there.
Oh my. And you got all these how many suitcases again?
It was 4 suitcases and 2 like a toiletry bag. Look, we'll buy. Look, I remember in my 20s they say, "Oh, come sign up for this credit card. We'll give you some chocolate." I didn't even like milk chocolate.
Not to mention it's horrible for you.
You know? So I like dark chocolate.
Yes.
I'm not a fan of. So I'm still unboxing. So again. So I figure the one that will get the most use out of, and by the way, if you guys want, I'm going to try and make sure that I put this inside my showcase in my TikTok so you can order it from me. It was only like $100 for all of it.
For all of that?
Yes.
And so what kind of material? Is it kind of like a hard plastic on the outside?
Yes.
Ooh.
So this is the 20, I guess. I'm on the third one.
Girl, you're gonna have to get those little covers to cover them up because they're gonna get so dirty.
JFK is a monster.
Yeah.
But the best part, the size, that one, okay, the size 20, that's the one that I could be my carry-on. It was small enough.
Yes, 2022, I think. Yeah, that's good.
Size 20. Girl, look at this.
Oh, that's so cute.
It's not the cutest thing. And so if I have my carry-on, then I can attach this little thing to the carry-on.
I can put my CPAP in there.
Ooh.
Laptop.
This one is 13 inches.
Yeah. CPAP, a laptop, good. And it's cords.
And the zippers are nice and nice.
Ooh, that sounds like, good and sturdy.
So look at nice and roomy, enough for, like you said, the CPAP or whatever, skincare, your toiletries for when you go overnight. Sometimes you don't like to pack away those things. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
With all the packing, with all of the traveling we've been doing lately, thank God none of us have lost our luggage, right?
Thank you, Jesus. Grateful.
And this was the freebie.
Ooh, open it. That's a good size.
Hopefully the other thing that's supposed to be a toilet thing, hopefully it's in here. Yep. So this is your
toiletry bag?
Toiletry bag. So that's cute. And then, nice size bag.
Wow.
Isn't that cute?
That's a lot for $100.
And they know me, girl. They know us because it has the extendable.
Oh, heck yeah. And I tell you, you're getting your home money's worth on that one. I love it.
I know that just before we left for Florida, we again went and got 2 more. But when you live close to JFK, they are harsh on luggage. If you go and watch a video on Japan, China, all these other countries, they are so gentle with they treat your luggage like a newborn baby.
No, they're like just respectful with your things. I told you at the time I was looking out the window and the guy took my suitcase and hurled it like this. And I'm looking down, frowning at him. And in every suitcase after that, he put in so gentle. But I had to give the frowny face like, are you kidding me? I see what you're doing. And that's my suitcase, Ninja.
What are the chances that you would look out the window and the one suitcase that he threw would happen to be your suitcase?
Because I'm looking like, are you kidding me? And then a frowny.
So in this suitcase, I mean, when she sold this thing and it has the extra bottom at the bottom of the suitcase, honey, that I wasn't looking. I was scrolling and I stopped on the suitcases because I think that at that moment, that same week, you probably had just mentioned to me that somebody that you knew had just ordered some luggage, and so you say words and those things kind of pop up.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
so I didn't know. Do those wheels go 360? Because I have to have wheels at 360 it.
I do too. And she showed us, and they look like they did. Yes.
Okay, so next question is how's the handle? Because you know what? Right now I've got this cute little bag. It's but I got a problem with one of the handles. The handle on the suitcase is fine, but the handle on the small carry-on bag is annoying. I get almost all the way down, and then it's like, I'm like, why? So then I have to open it up and push the little button in order for it to go down all the way.
Oh, that kind of handle?
Yeah.
Let me see.
And so I apologize to everybody around me, but I'm not going to try to put a bag up with the handle still engaged.
Oh, right, because it's not going to close anyway. So let's see.
I mean, I'll have to lay it on underneath somebody else. Yeah, that popped. Exactly. Same piece. My suitcase works just like that perfectly. It's just a little carry-on after using it so many times for so many things. It's like, Yeah. So does the carry-on also, the smallest bag that had the handle, does that also have like the same rotating wheels? Because sometimes you'll have some of the bigger ones will rotate and then the smaller ones won't.
Yep, it does have the same wheels on it.
Yeah.
Also sit it on its side, and it has so many different colors. But this color and one other color had the free carry-ons.
Mm-hmm.
I just wish that this bag right here had the little pocket to slide it onto your. Oh, girl.
Oh, mind blown. Let's go.
Let's go.
And can I just tell you, for 7 days travel, I bought like eight outfits to change into. That's including my pajamas. You know, I only had 2 because you don't need to change pajamas like you need to change clothes. But I'm thinking I could have brought half my outfits because that's all I needed. You know, so when I'm trying to get that mentality to where, okay, it's gonna be this amount of days, half, because you can always mix and match some of the outfits you're wearing. I mean, unless you're a total messy Marvin, you know, that's gonna suffice.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely. And so I saw this video. I said last week that I was going to send it to you, but now this video is going to be my go-to because she traveled like Europe for 4 weeks, and she went with just the she had a tote bag on her back, and then maybe a bag like this on her carry-on, and that's all
A
that
tote
she
bag
had.
or a backpack?
She had a tote bag like this attached to her
Luggage.
no the on the board up over the we just said it the carry-on.
Mm-hmm.
The bag was attached to her carry-on, and then a backpack was on her back.
Dang, she was allowed to take all that on the plane?
Well, because that's this one in the back. Well, because this is all considered one, I guess, when you have this attached to that, because this is your purse, and that's your carry-on, and then the other one had her computer and stuff in it.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? And the way that she packed, because she's like, why do I bring a pair of underwear for 14 pairs of underwear, which they're very light, but she says wash them out like Daddy used to do. Sorry, I know we're getting all personal stuff like that, but back in the day, people just hand wash.
Hand wash.
So anyway, guys, we have had a fun packed, no pun intended, day today. I didn't have that planned, and I was so excited to open this up online. Hopefully, if you're listening to us, AI, you'll break this down into little segments that I can repost. So, you guys, thank you for joining us today. What anything closing words?
I think next Tuesday we need to talk about the Verbo / Airbnb /
how to prepare for traveling.
Yes.
All right, we can do that. But for now, we thank you guys for coming in and for joining us for our regularly scheduled program. And it's 3:25. All right, guys. Well, I mean, as far as we've been on for 1 hour and 2 minutes.
My goodness, we flew.
Yes, it did. It did. We had a lot of stuff to get in, but anyway. So the way that we close out, we want you to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me see if I can find that button really quickly. We didn't get to talk about our locks. Yours are growing nicely also. Nice to see. Nice to see.
Thank you. Yours as well.
Thank
you.
So
like Rapunzel.
Yeah, I forget that. Yeah, sleeping up at night is me. We need to figure out how to. I need to watch a couple of videos and see how people sleep, because having your hair up to here, and then you're on your pillow, and the top of my head is sitting my
headboard.
Yeah, headboard. So I need to like wrap it around, do like when people used to do silk wraps. Remember?
I remember.
Yeah, so I gotta figure that out, because it's all good. But thank you for coming in and spending this time with us. If you have any questions, leave them down in the DM, and ta-ta for now. So we always say peace, love, and blessings. God bless you. Thank you for watching us. We are sisters, Sister-Circle, Connecticut Housewives, and Housewives of Connecticut. Blessings, guys. Come back and join us the next time. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.